Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this Multifaith service. Today we will be reflecting on many different faiths on the theme of light and darkness. I hope that throughout this service you will keep an open mind and come into it with curiosity as you hear from different faiths that may not be your own. And see how there may be similarities between them, and the theme, how it connects us all. So as we gather in this sacred space, it is a place of healing, compassion, and care. We come from many different traditions and cultures and walks of life here at Mackenzie Health. Yet here in the heart of this hospital, or these hospitals, we are united by a shared hope. That light can shine even in our darkest moments. Today we will reflect on a story from the Hindu tradition, the story of Diwali, or Diwali, the festival of lights. You may or may not be aware of what this festival is. In the story, it speaks not only of one faith, but to the universal human longing for goodness, justice, and love. Before we hear the story, let us take a moment to honor the light that lives within each of us. Let us imagine a light from a candle. The flame represents the light of compassion, the light of courage, and the light of community. It is a symbol of the divine presence that walks with us, whether we name it God, Spirit, Truth, or simply love. May this light that we imagine guide our reflections and remind us that we are never alone. Now I invite you to hear the story of Diwali. It's a story of exile and return, of struggle and triumph, and of the light that leads us home. Diwali, the festival of lights, marks the victory of good over evil, light over darkness. Though it began as a Hindu festival, it is now celebrated by people of many faiths and backgrounds across India and around the world. The word Diwali comes from Deepavali, meaning a row of lights, referring to the clay lamps, diyas, that are lit to celebrate hope, goodness, and renewal. There are many legends behind Diwali, but one of the most beloved tells the story of Prince Rama, a symbol of truth, honor, and devotion. Long ago, there lived a powerful demon king named Ravana, who ruled his kingdom with cruelty and greed. Meanwhile, Prince Rama, known for his righteousness and courage, was banished from his own kingdom through the deceit of his stepmother. Rather than resist, Rama accepted his exile with grace, accompanied by his faithful wife Sita and his loyal brother Lakshmana. One day, the wise people of the land came to Rama, begging for help against the demons that were bringing them harm. Rama and Lakshmana fought bravely and defended the innocent. But when Ravana learned of their victories, his pride and anger grew. To take revenge, he kidnapped Sita and carried her away to his island kingdom of Lanka. With the help of Hanuman, the monkey general, and his army, Rama searched for Sita and waged a long and difficult battle against Ravana. At last, after days of fierce struggle, Rama triumphed. Goodness overcame evil, and love reunited with love. As Rama and Sita returned home after 14 years of exile, the people of their land lit lamps to guide their way back to Ayodhya. Thousands of small flames shining through the darkness, celebrating their return and the restoration of harmony. Even after thousands of years, people still celebrate Diwali to remind us to be kind and brave, to live with truth, and to let our inner light shine. The story of Prince Rama reminds us that even in times of hardship, grace and goodness can prevail. Rama's journey, marked by courage, loyalty, and love, mirrors the journeys many of us face, especially in a hospital setting where people seek healing, comfort, and hope. As the people lit lamps to welcome Rama and Sita home, so too can we light the way for one another. Whether through a kind word, a listening ear, or a quiet prayer, we each carry the potential to be a source of light. Let us honor the light that shines in all paths, a light that calls us to truth, to justice, and to care. May this time together be a celebration of that shared light, and a reminder that even in the darkest moments, love and goodness can prevail. Now I'd like to take a look at some other faith traditions that we see the same theme of light that we learned in the story of Rama. In Christianity, in the book of Genesis, we read, "And God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness." From the very beginning, light is described as good, a sacred act of creation itself. This light is not merely physical, but it is spiritual, a symbol of divine presence that continues to guide humanity through times of confusion and shadow. We see it again in John 8. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." In Judaism, we see in the Torah during the plague of darkness in Egypt, the people could not see one another yet. Moses held out his arm toward the sky, and thick darkness descended upon all the land of Egypt for 3 days. People could not see one another, and for 3 days no one could get up from where he was. On the plague of darkness, the verse continues, "But the Israelites had light in their dwellings." This story reminds us that even in the deepest darkness, light can dwell within us. The Jewish tradition teaches that this inner light, hope, courage, and faith is not extinguished by hardship. In every moment of struggle, there is potential for renewal. The greater the darkness, the greater the light that can be found within. In Islam, the Quran tells us, Allah is the protector of those who have faith. He brings them out of darkness into light. In Islam, light represents divine guidance, the one true path of clarity, mercy, and truth. Darkness can take many forms: confusion, injustice, or despair. Yet there is only one light. As we draw near to it, we find unity, peace, and direction, just as a lamp guides travelers home through the night. In the Baha'i faith, the writings teach that darkness is not evil, but the absence of light. Whatsoever God has created, he has created good. Evil consists merely in non-existence. Darkness is the absence of light. When light is no more, darkness reigns. In this view, goodness is real and active, while evil is only the absence of that goodness. The call then is not to fight darkness with fear, but instead to bring forth light through love, service, and understanding, until shadows will naturally fade away. In the Taoist philosophy, all of life moves in balance. You may have heard of this dance of the yin and the yang. Yin is the coolness of shade, the quiet of night, and the stillness of rest. Yang is the warmth of sunlight, the movement of life, and the spark of energy. These are not enemies, but partners that come together in harmony, each containing the seed of the other. Without darkness, we could not perceive the light. Without rest, there is no renewal. The Tao reminds us that both light and dark serve a purpose. That peace is found not in rejecting one or the other, but in honoring their rhythm. Even when life feels shadowed in our illness, our grief, or uncertainty, the yin season gives space for reflecting and healing. And as surely as night turns to morning, the yang, the light, will rise again. This reminded me of a quote that I had heard, which says, "I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet, I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars." There's purpose in both. While gathering these scriptures together and these varying faith reflections on the theme of light, it really makes me reflect on the work that I do here in the hospital with patients and families, and the work that others in this hospital do, the doctors and nurses, the PSWs. We often encounter patients and their families when they feel as if they are stuck in a state of darkness. That it's hard to see any kind of light, either from outside or within themselves. This is especially true when we see people struggling with mental health. Often when we are depressed, we have a hard time being able to see or have any kind of hope. Some people feel as if they've fallen into a dark hole and that all they can see is darkness around them. It's a hard place to be in. And I too sometimes wonder, how do we get out of this darkness? I have also struggled with being in this darkness. I've lost several people and pets over the years who, when they died, I had a really hard time coping. It was hard to imagine how life could go on and be the same without them. And then I realized it can't and it won't be the same. Things will never be the same. The world is forever changed without them in it. However, this doesn't mean things are bad or can't go on. No, instead the plight of the living, is that we have to keep on going. So what do we do with this time that we have? I've chosen to see the light that they brought to my life and the lingering effects that it still has. These people and pets may no longer be here physically, but what they taught me and how they made me feel remains. Just as the Torah teaches in Exodus, God is telling you that in this place of darkness can be found a great light, greater than anything you've experienced before. This light is transformative, and it gives new perspective and brings out new abilities. From the darkness we learn. All of the experiences that we endure lead us to greater self-awareness, greater awareness of our world, and a deeper appreciation for the things that truly matter in our lives. I'd like to lead us in a short prayer on this theme of light. So let us take a moment to center ourselves in stillness, to feel the breath moving gently within and around us, and maybe take this moment for peace. Going back to the beginning of our service today, from the Hindu tradition, it says, "Lead me from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality." Now let us pray. May all beings be filled with light. May all beings be free from fear. May all beings live in truth, compassion, and peace. May those who suffer find comfort, and those who despair find hope. May our hearts become lamps of kindness. our words be gentle flames of understanding, and our actions shine with love. May we see the light that lives within every heart, and may that light guide us from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to the undying love that connects us all. Peace, Amen, Om Shanti, Shalom Salam. Across all traditions, light is more than a symbol. It is a living truth. It represents wisdom over ignorance, love over hate, compassion over cruelty, and renewal over despair. In the flickering lamps of Diwali, or the candles of Sabbath, the glowing lanterns of remembrance, and the inner flame of faith, we see that light is what binds us. Darkness has its place. It gives depth, contrast, and rest. But every faith teaches that within even the deepest dark, there is a promise that light will return. So as we gather in this season of Diwali, may we remember the light of goodness cannot be overcome. The light of love cannot be extinguished. And the light within each of us, when shared, can brighten even the longest of nights. May we each become bearers of light for ourselves, for one another, and for the world. Thank you all for joining me today in this short reflection, inspired by Diwali, which started yesterday and has gone in today. I hope that you have learned something today or come out of it with curiosity about different faiths and how we see light and darkness. Peace be upon all of you.